today we have some Kingsville Boxwoods. They're like nice dwarf boxwoods that have very small leaves, and they grow slow, so I don't expect these to develop fast. And I don't expect these to be huge trees. Take years to get a huge tree out of these. Hence why if you look for one, they can be expensive. An old, like a 10, 12-year-old one. These are probably, I think they said 2-3 years old, grown from I think cuttings. I got them in 2 pairs of 3. I seen them, I wanted them, so I got them. And 3 of them ended up as a group planting, and the other 3 are all individuals. One is a cascade, one is slanted, and one will just eventually be taller. I will grow that one out a bit. The other ones, and this will grow out. I'm planning on growing this out. I honestly think this pot is too small for it now, but I think I like this pot with it, so this might be a permanent pot for it. We'll see. But it needs to get some height on it before it would be perfect in this thing. Now these have not been, I got them a few months back. I repotted them, but I did very little pruning on them because I wanted to make a video out of that part. I didn't think we needed to really worry about making a repotting video out of them. I do plenty of, I select repotting videos for the spring so I don't overload. I mean, I could do so many videos on repotting, and I don't think anybody wants to see a ton of videos on repotting. So I kind of go with those, I select what I do of those. These I did not do the repotting, but I did, they were clipped a little bit just to put them in the pots properly. Now the other ones, I think the only one that was clipped a little bit was the cascade one, and it was just to help me, one, to wire it. I took a couple branches I didn't want off because I wired it to help get it in a good position, and then I also and I just clipped a few things off, and I clipped a few things off the bottom so it would fit better in the pot. These I clipped a little bit just to fit them together, because some of them were too wide. Like the middle one got the most clipping. This one got some clipping on this side, and I don't think this one got any clipping, just the way it worked. So now we are going to do the clipping on these, trimming on these to start them off. Now, naturally, this one will be the tallest of the bunch, and as you can see, it is also forward the most. This one is a twin trunk. When it's eventually, it might be more of a branch than a trunk. I don't know. They're all buried as you do early on. You bury them further higher up than you want them, and then you eventually bring the soil line down to where you want it over the years as you develop the roots. So we're just going to take off. I don't think we're going to do a complete styling on this. We are going to more or less take out what we don't want, pick what we want and the directions we want, pick what we want, but it will be more of an initial styling just to get them started, because these got a lot of work to go on them, and they'll grow slow, so they'll take a while to get where I want it. Here is a branch start off, we're going to get rid of this branch. This branch is growing down, so we don't need that. The one next to it, now I see it, is also growing down. And we don't need that. And these are very dense. They get very dense growth. Oh, I never did rotate it. Show you the whole thing. They got very dense growth, so it is also hard to see them really great at first. Let's just start getting some of this lower growth out here. So we don't want any of this growth going down. You rarely want downward. You rarely want downward growth. And then I'm also going to try to remove some of these inner branches and inner leaves that I don't want. Because there's no reason to have them in there. It'll make the tree look immature. It'll make the trees look immature. The whole purpose of working on trees for bonsai is to make the tree look like a mature tree. You want to try to make, try to pick stuff that makes it more mature before it's, might be as mature. But you want it to look like a tree that has grown for years, and get rid of any stuff that makes it look immature. And branches in close to your primary branches in the trunk will make your tree look mature. Okay, here we got some more lower branches that need to be removed. And you just clean out the underneath. This branch, I'm not sure if I want it yet. We will do some more trimming before we decide on that. These are very hard ones to work on, as dense as they are, and as much leaves that they have. Still gotta get some of these cleaned out on the inside. They're not easy to clip out. Definitely don't need this. I don't know if I need this out as far as I do. Here's another downward facing branch that I remove. Here's some branches that are the branch that's facing inwards that we didn't need. Yeah, this branch definitely is not needed. Too low. And that brings the trunk line up more, not down far. This is another lower branch that we don't need. either. Clean some more leaves out of here. Okay, this little branch here is growing up into that. It's kind of underneath. So we will move yet another branch over here. Bring this back a little bit. Bring that back in. We will bring some of these leaves again. We have an underneath branch, a little tiny branch underneath. Can be removed. And this one can be removed. Some leaves that can be removed. You don't need. We got some side branches. This branch can go. We don't need that growing up. That one I'm wondering about. Do we need that growing up? No, this is going to be the leader for this one. So yeah, we don't need this. This does not need us. Growing straight up, and these have double leaves that do alternate back and forth, so that's why I have branches that come out the side and some that come up the top and bottom. Trim this back. Okay. Now we'll bring this back here. These two side branches. Nice side branch. It's growing on the top. Some leaves we don't need in here. Branch that's on the inside. This branch can go because it's on the inside. Now, the leader moves, I think, too far to this tree. As we want to develop that tree up further, this will be a problem. So, I'm going to cut this to this, which will hopefully grow another leader and be more this way. Change the direction of that branch in the future. I think this I'm going to cut back to here. Let these two take over for now. Going to get this off the top. Leaf in there. Now we need to address these two branches over here because they're growing in. I think I'm going to remove one of them. It's growing the most to the other tree and leave this one here growing. Should I cut it back? Question. And yes, I believe. No, I'll leave it. No, I'll cut it back. Yeah, I'll cut that back for now. So that tree is done. You know, technically this is taller than this, but this has to go back up. So this will eventually be taller than this. It's just the way it works out. Next, I think I will work on the tree on the other side first, and then we'll tackle the middle tree last. First of all, there is a branch right here that's growing in that we do not need. That'll open that up a little. Should be using the branch cutters for that, but I don't think the branch cutters would fit in very well. Okay, let's tackle inner branches, I guess, first here, and under branches, lower branches. That'll go this will go this is just growing up into the upper branches, which we're keeping this low. This is a lower one, but we want to keep anything growing up into this part down. So there's no reason for that stuff. There's 3 branches coming out here, so cut that off. It's kind of in the center, don't need it. This is growing low. Need those leaves. Just kind of going underneath and down, so need that. Growing into this, so it's not going to help that. The tip is dead. Cut that off. We will. No, I'll stay. We will clip this move off the top. So off the top. So off the top. And this one off the top. Here we are too congested. And we got 3 branches at all time. I'll take the middle one out. This is growing in the inside of the tree, don't need it. So that. This is growing up. This is growing up, but we're gonna kind of keep it for now. It's kind of growing up and out, so it should work. This is growing down. This needs to be pruned. This needs to be cut off. The inside off. Some of these leaves get cut off. Too close to like a junction, where the branches divide, or facing up or down like branches. We don't need them. That'll stay even though it's going up, just the way where it is, it works. Just take out the bottom and top leaves. This will come out just because it's growing inside. Where it is, it's not rooted. Okay, that's that piece. Next, we need to get rid of this branch going down here. Get a branch. And here we don't need. This branch just kind of go down, it will go down, but it's kind of coming out too, so we'll leave that. Now here, we have too many branches in the center coming every which direction. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to take, it's going to be the leader to this. I think we'll leave this the leader. I guess we'll keep what is kind of the leader already the leader. We'll just chop it back. This branch that's below it, I think can be removed. Branch in between these two branches. No, we will remove that branch. That branch is kind of on the top of here, and then this will grow out, and then this will grow out. This back to that bud, grow out. This will be removed because it's growing underneath. This kind of underneath all the growth, we don't need it. Clean that up. Too many branches here, we'll clean one of them out. I think I'm going to remove the two branches. This is the leader. This branch is kind of growing too much into the other tree, so we'll remove that. Clean some stuff out. Inside. And I think that'll do for that. So we'll work on we'll work on the center tree. We got some stuff growing straight out. It just needs to be removed so you can see the trunk better. This one. Yeah, that'll look better. It's growing up into the... Stuff's growing up into the top canopy. And the stuff is too close. Where the branches divide. This is growing up. This needs to be redirected. I'll just let this one grow out this way. Not towards the other tree. It's underneath and going inwards, so do that. This is kind of growing in the center of the tree, we don't need it. I know that's probably, you can't see all of what I'm doing because these trees are so small and dense, but I'm trying to keep you as narrow as I can. Remove this. Move this branch because one, it's messed up, and there's a little branch here that can take its place. Move the top and let that grow out. Keep some leaves again. This I'm going to actually let grow up a little bit here. I'm going to cut this back to here and let this little branch grow out and up into here because we need some stuff up in here. This is another, there's another inward growing branch. This we don't need. Leaves. See this is growing underneath. Like that. And below. Push back stuff. That's growing below it. Like that. We're actually going to take this bigger branch off that's growing below and favor the smaller one that's growing more upwards. We are going to remove this I think we will remove this together. Some room in there. I mean, there's some room. We're leaving room on this one, but these will grow in a little bit eventually. Clean that up a little more. Again, taking out some leaves. We don't need. Now we just have to deal with the top of this tree and this branch here. We're gonna remove this back to these two branches and let them divide out. Get rid of this inward growing branch. Some more leaves, and let's see. I actually get rid of this. There's a little branch growing in the crotch of two other branches. So there's three branches coming out of one place. Again, we don't want. A few more unwanted leaves. Okay, that's good. That's growing. This is growing kind of up. This is kind of growing that way. That'll be good. And then this is kind of the leader. So we're going to divert the leader to this. We're going to remove that whole piece there and get that more. It's kind of growing that way and up. This is what we want. I think I'm just going to remove this branch. It's kind of growing in towards the other one and not needed. This is growing inward into the tree, so I don't need that. Some of these leaves I'm removing are also just growing. They're like old leaves that are growing underneath a branch where the branch butted out at the leaf. You know, there's a branch under there, and that just doesn't look good. Those leaves are not needed once you get the new branch out, really. So you remove them. You see, this is an evergreen tree. They'll be on there for a while. I actually missed the branch up here. I don't like this branch, but we're going to leave it for now. See what grows. So, there is the end product. And a lot of times when you're doing pruning, it's going to look a little bare. It grows in. And that's how you do it, you know. It grows in, and it's overgrown, and you trim it back. You prune it back, it's a little bare, it grows out. You know. That's usually the process. I mean, once you get the tree more developed, you don't need to trim stuff back as sparse, you know. And this is the first trimming, so first trimmings are always usually the more sparse. I'm going to do the other 3 in their own video, because this is running long. I was kind of feeling it was going to. So there it is. There is my Kingsville Boxwood planting. So if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, hit the bell, and I will see you next time.